Welcome to the deep dive. We cut through the noise, look at the facts, and give you the essential knowledge fast. Okay, so today we're asking a question that might sound, well, a bit weird, frankly. If you're a guy, why should you care about a hormone usually linked only with pregnancy or menopause? We're talking about progesterone, or P4, maybe the most unfairly gendered molecule out there.
For way too long, P4 has been treated like, I don't know, the bassist in the hormone band. Crucial, but totally ignored. We just think women's hormone, right? But if you're trying to optimize testosterone or protect your brain long term, P4 is basically your secret co-pilot.
Exactly. So that's our mission today. To unpack why this molecule is so central, not just for T levels, but for building a neurological defense system. It's not just about muscle. It's about protecting your brain, keeping things running smoothly down a line.
Yeah, the first thing to really grasp is its role as let's call it the quiet architect. P4 isn't just supporting, it's essential raw material. I mean, look at the chemistry. Progesterone comes right before testosterone in the body's hormone assembly line. It's the foundation. If your P4 is low, your body literally can't make T efficiently. It's like trying to build a brick wall without enough clay. Simple as that.
And the really fascinating part, especially if you're thinking about aging, happens upstairs, in the brain. We often hear P4 called a neurosteroid, so it's like an anti-aging hero because it fights inflammation right there in the brain.
Precisely. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory agent up there. And P4 actively supports neurogenesis.
Neurogenesis, making new brain cells.
Yep, creating new neurons, repairing existing ones. Think of it like the brain's dedicated repair crew. When you've got chronic stress or just the aging process speeding up, you get inflammation, neural damage. P4 steps in. It helps protect against big things like dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's.
Wow. Okay, so not just feeling good, but fundamental brain defense. And you mentioned mood, too. Antidepressant effects.
That's right. It really helps maintain mood stability. Documented antidepressant qualities. It's a real multitasker. And moving down the body, P4 is also key for keeping muscle mass, even boosting sperm production. But here's where it gets, well, really vital for men's health as they age. The prostate paradox.
Okay, the prostate paradox. Tell us about that, because prostate issues are, let's face it, almost universal for older guys.
Right, so progesterone naturally helps prevent prostate enlargement. It acts like a traffic cop inside, inhibiting a specific enzyme called 5-alpha reductase. This enzyme is what converts your regular testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, or DHT.
Hold on, isn't DHT supposed to be the good stuff, the really potent T? Makes you feel strong, grow a beard. Why stop that?
Well, yes, DHT is potent, but if it's produced without checks and balances in certain tissues, like the prostate, it can cause trouble. DHT binds really strongly to receptors in the prostate, causing tissue to grow too much. That's enlargement. P4 steps in, slows down that 5-alpha reductase enzyme, regulates the conversion, keeps DHT in check. It's the body's natural protection.
So it's like the body's built-in finasteride, but natural.
Pretty much, yeah. It performs the same function, often without the side effects you hear about with the drug.
Okay, this is wild. This forgotten female hormone makes our T, protects our prostate, and you mentioned it helps reduce the risk of male breast tissue, too.
It does. It helps balance things out.
P4 seriously needs a better PR agent.
It really does.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the big question. If it's so critical, where does the body even get the stuff to make it?
Right, let's go to the hormone factory, the supply chain. You need raw materials, and the big one here is controversial: cholesterol.
Yeah, cholesterol. It's been the villain for decades, hasn't it? But it's the absolute starting block for every steroid hormone. Cortisol, estrogen, T, and our friend P4. You need a healthy, steady supply to fuel the whole assembly line. No cholesterol, no hormones, period.
And the pathway itself is pretty neat. Cholesterol gets converted first into pregnenolone. People call that the happy hormone, right?
That's the one. And then pregnenolone converts directly into progesterone. From there, the path splits off towards testosterone and other things.
Okay, but here's where it gets dramatic. You mentioned blocking the supply, like with statin drugs.
Exactly. This is really critical. If you block cholesterol production with statins, you effectively shut down that whole factory line. You can't make pregnenolone, so you can't make P4, which means you've seriously compromised your ability to make T and protect your brain. It's a huge downstream effect.
That's a pretty serious trade-off,
Right.
which really underscores why focusing on the cofactors, the things that help the body make it naturally, is so much better than trying to patch it later.
Absolutely. You want the factory running smoothly on its own. So think about the factory floor again. To make those conversions, cholesterol to pregnenolone to progesterone, you need specific tools, cofactors. There are 3 really essential coworkers here.
All right, lay them on us. What are the must-haves?
First up, Magnesium. So many people are low in this. Magnesium is like the ignition switch for tons of enzyme processes, including this hormone cascade. If you're thinking supplements, magnesium glycinate before bed is great. Helps hormone production, helps sleep too. Win-win.
Okay, magnesium. Food sources. I sense a theme. Eat better food.
You got it. Avocados, leafy greens like spinach, pumpkin seeds, and yeah, good quality dark chocolate actually counts.
Dark chocolate is on the list. Excellent. Okay, coworker number 2.
Zinc. Zinc is directly tied to healthy tea production. Just fixing a zinc deficiency can give tea levels a significant bump. Best sources are things like shellfish, especially oysters, or good quality grass-fed red meat.
Steak, oysters, dark chocolate. This is sounding like a pretty good prescription for male health. What's number 3?
Last one is vitamin B3 or niacin. Nutritional yeast is an easy source.
Yeah.
Or supplements. Sometimes people use the kind that gives you that temporary skin flush. That's harmless, by the way.
Right.
Make sure you have enough of these 3. Magnesium, zinc, B3 is probably the most powerful first step to getting your body making P4 and T properly again.
Fantastic. Okay, materials sorted, tools delivered, but now the villains, the internal saboteurs trying to wreck the factory. I'm kind of grouping these into like chemical blocks, metabolic chaos, and chronic stressors. Sound about right?
That works. Let's start with the chemical blocks, things usually prescribed or just kind of sneak into our systems.
Right. Number 1 saboteur. The medication wrench statins, we touched on this, they block the raw material. And if you have to take them, there's a crucial add-on, right? CoQ10.
Non-negotiable. Statins deplete coenzyme Q10 in your cells. That leads directly to muscle pain, weakness. People often think it's just aging, but it's often the CoQ10 depletion. You block the fuel upstream, you have to supplement the energy enzyme downstream.
Makes sense. Okay, moving to metabolic chaos, the big one here, the sugar spike. Too many refined carbs, too much sugar, just throws a wrench in the works.
Totally. It overloads the system, spikes insulin. That metabolic chaos forces the body to deal with the sugar emergency instead of building complex things like P4 and T. It basically shuts down the hormone pathway.
And that ties into another metabolic threat, the estrogen imposters.
Yeah.
Endocrine disruptors.
Exactly. Plastics, heavy metals, pesticides, lots of environmental chemicals. They mimic estrogen. They throw your whole hormonal balance way off, further messing with your T and P4 levels.
Ugh. So we're fighting this stuff just by drinking water or eating food from certain containers. What's the counterattack?
Well, nature provides some defenses. Eating lots of cruciferous vegetables, think Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cabbage, arugula, helps your liver process and clear out those excess estrogenic compounds. And yeah, a good water filter that screens out plastics isn't a luxury anymore. It's kind of a hormonal necessity.
Okay, let's tackle the chronic stressors. Huge category. Starting with the main stress hormone itself, cortisol. Chronic stress pushes cortisol up and T goes down.
Straight down. Cortisol is catabolic, breaks things down. T is anabolic, builds things up. They're like hormonal opposites.
Yeah.
High cortisol crushes T production. To fight back, you look at adaptogens like ashwagandha, which can help lower cortisol. Even certain gut microbes, the kinds you get from fermented foods, can boost oxytocin, which is a powerful stress reducer.
Interesting. Okay, next lifestyle stressor. Sorry, folks. The buzzkill, alcohol.
Yeah. Moderation really is key here. Alcohol directly hammers the liver's ability to process hormones and produce T. It's like flipping an off switch.
Ouch. Okay, noted. And the last big one, the slow burn.
Inflammation.
Systemic, chronic, low-grade inflammation. It's the enemy of pretty much all healthy body processes, especially hormone production. This is where vitamin D really shines.
Not just a vitamin, you said, more like an anti-inflammatory hormone itself.
Exactly, and the dosage is key here. We're not talking tiny amounts if you're inflamed. Right, because that inflammation is actively blocking your P4 and T production, so you need enough D to overcome that.
That's the idea. Research suggests a maintenance dose of maybe 10,000 IUs of D3 daily, just to keep inflammation down. If levels are low, maybe even up to 20,000 IUs daily for a while, you need enough to quiet that systemic fire so the hormones can actually be made.
Okay, so pulling it all together, progesterone isn't some niche woman's hormone. It's absolutely central to male health. Cognitive, physical. It's the foundation, the clay for the bricks, like you said.
Once that P4 foundation is solid, then you layer on the direct T boosters. That means resistance training, lifting heavy things, or maybe some high-intensity interval training. Combine that with good quality protein. Grass-fed red meat, lamb, great for zinc and protein.
But, and this is a big, but watch out for the overtraining trap.
Huge warning, yes. If you're grinding out hours of moderate or high heart rate cardio every day, you're likely just jacking up cortisol and crushing your T levels. That constant stress response is counterproductive. Keep workouts shorter, more intense, or stick to long, relaxing walks. Stimulus, yes. Chronic stress, no.
So after hearing all this, realizing that maybe some things we thought were healthy, like avoiding all dietary fat or doing endless cardio, might actually be sabotaging our internal hormone factory. Here's something to think about. What's the one hidden villain in your daily routine? Is it the sugar, the chronic stress, maybe the statins without CoQ10, or even too much of the wrong kind of exercise? Which one is your real supervillain? Something to chew on this week.